Probably posting this on YouTube. YouTube, hello, what's up? If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Reacting to 9 to 5 workers, streamers debate. 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? Anyways, Faze up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Also, I stream on twitch.tv/banditbag for anyone wondering. You can catch me live probably at night.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that, dude?
Right now.
Or in the
You're gonna disrespect
afternoon.
your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
You would have to actually go to work.
You can't leave
Went to school and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice. You're
high. You're hungover.
That's
are playing video games. I play video games.
I think people also need to realize that streamers usually tend to have 2 jobs. Like small, especially small streamers.
On my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
That man said, I don't even enjoy it. Yeah, that's cat. There's no way.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right. So my argument here is that streaming
What the
and
fuck
social
is on Alex? Is that? I think that's Adapt's name. What the fuck?
media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You
have.
guys got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to
I
go
wish.
sign a few.
I never even knew milk carrying was a job, by the way. What the fuck is a milk carrier? What? What? That's a job? I never even knew that was a fucking job. What is a milk carrier? Like, does he carry milk around the streets? What the fuck is a milk carrier? What?
Envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day.
God, I have to
got
stream
dogs,
today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
high energy,
I wish I
24/7.
could be at home like you and get back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're
Man,
walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I gotta slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid.
That's the same thing as streamers. If they don't work, if they don't make content, they don't get paid. What do you mean about, like, that's not an argument.
It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
If you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
Just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is frustrating. We don't like this video. We have to create content.
Yeah, I don't think you should. To an older generation, they don't give a fuck about, like, perception, gang. They're old. Who the fuck are they trying to, like, why would you use that as an argument, Lacey? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care about the perception of others. Like, come on, man, stop. And obviously, you don't let it affect you that much, so it's not that bad.
Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
Then do it. I don't think people understand that, like, everybody could make content. Everyone can make content. and you can make money off it. Do it. Make the content. Keep going. Keep being persistent. Keep going, going, and going, and going. It's not gonna happen immediately. So that's why we work the jobs that we have. So you work your job, then make content on the side. People need to realize that that should be like, we're heading into like a world of content centric, like everything's digital. Like, it's not about movies, television, or like all this. It's now about like, did you see that clip before? Did you see this? Like, you know what I mean? It's not just about fucking whatever. I think people need to realize that you can make content whenever and however you want nowadays. Do it.
Streaming is so easy. How come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check.
If there was no money involved, I'd hate streaming. Yeah, I mean, I think I would hate streaming if there was no money involved, but here's the thing. I don't think it's like, it's about the like what you enjoy. If you don't like something, don't stream that. But like, don't put like people who stream down because they're trying to like, it's kind of hard to do. I don't like think 9-to-5 workers is an easy thing, but I also don't think streamers are like, I know both sides of this. I don't think both sides are wrong in their debate, but
This out, money.
I just like hearing the arguments and kind of like refer to my other comment. What comment? If there was no money, what comment? One comment got deleted. The arguments are funny. Yeah, definitely. I think like both sides have really like screwed up perceptions of each other.
Give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raise your flag. Is there a reason?
Ex-chef. Okay.
Yeah, because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope.
I just said they don't realize streaming can be mentally draining, but 9-to-5 can be autopilot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most minimum wage jobs that are 9-to-5 are autopilot. It depends on which 9-to-5 classification that you're talking about. Because I know like a lot of other 9-to-5s that are more creative and more like thought-provoking. Like also like bakers. Bakers have a lot more like thought into what they do during a 9-to-5, and they don't make that much. So it's kind of hard. Both are easy and hard, depends on what you're doing. Yes. Yeah. Like exactly.
Hope so. You just proved my point.
But yeah, I think it can be autopilot on both ends. It's like let's take it out of streaming. Let's take it out of the streamer. I know there's a streamers debate, but it's also like the concept of content creating debate. Like if you're a content creator, is it harder than being a 9-to-5 working? And I think like sometimes you can autopilot content creation. And that's what a lot like the Minecraft formula is. It's autopilot, like there's some creative Minecrafters, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of the same formula, especially like with gaming and stuff. It's the same formula over and over, and you just keep doing it, which is why I think it's kind of autopilot. But there's also like, you know, the AI shit that's been blowing up, that's all autopiloting. I can't speak, bro. Get me out of here. Yeah, cooking. Hey, I do both. Cooking and stocking shelves, I did both. I worked at Target and I work at Cold Stone. Now, I work at Cold Stone now. Hey.
Security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being a cook.
I cannot see the phone. Let me see this. Faceless creation versus someone like the Faze group. Yeah, yeah.
You have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Let me see what that said. A 9-to-5 job is generally more secure than streaming because it offers steady income, benefits, and legal protections. Sometimes, not always. While streaming is unpredictable, highly competitive, and income depends on viewer. Yes, it's more volatile. Streaming is more volatile than a 9-to-5 job is what they're trying to say, which makes sense because for smaller streamers you can make maybe $0 in a month and you're constantly streaming and doing stuff. But I mean, if you're making $0 a month, you're doing something wrong. But it can happen. And then you can also make less than 500, or sorry, let me say a minimum wage. Let's say you stream 5 days for like, I don't know, 5 hours, 8 hours, and you make only $10 each stream. I mean, it's not as much as you would make in a 9-to-5 job for 5 days because it's usually 13 per hour you work, you know. Makes sense.
I have a job,
it's more volatile.
I have a degree, I have this.
But sometimes these bigger streamers like them, they can make, I don't know, 10K in like 3 hours.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost
it's
all
volatile.
your followers,
it's up and down.
What would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get a
trigger
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing.
Also, since I'm putting on this YouTube, I stream on TikTok. That's who I'm talking to right now, TikTok chat. So if you're confused on why I'm pausing the video and chatting, that's why.
No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to go to work.
She said the trigger word.
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have to turn around.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there. You could be a private chef. You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
Ooh, she was a teacher. Ooh.
For another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
I thought she was like an actual like chef. Ooh, cafeteria food at a lunch ladies probably. I don't even know how much they make, but ooh, oh boy.
See red flags.
They already don't pay the teachers enough, so. Ooh, oh my god.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 Loco cans. I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
you have to do work.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you.
Registered nurse. Shout out our nurses.
I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative. I thought I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the 60s and the 50s. People didn't give a rat's ass if you created something.
I just realized how low it was. My bad, YouTube. My bad.
And they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
you get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done it?
You get spoiled. You get spoiled that your mama and daddy keep giving it to you.
Rhonda, I got a question for Rhonda. I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
I don't, again, something that like, yeah, subathons are draining, probably mentally and physically and everything. But like, let's say a smaller streamer does a subathon, then I understand it because it's not, you're not making that much for streaming 24 hours, 24/7 for how many ever days. But like for them in their scenario, I think these guys would drop whatever they're doing to do that subathon for the amount of cash they had. Maybe they wouldn't survive it, but a month straight to make, like, let's say you're guaranteed 500K. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this room would do it. So I don't think
30 days.
I don't think using like the subathon is like a good like argument or counterpoint to anything that, yeah, you know
straight
24
hours a day.
Day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
if you know
day
how hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo boo.
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
when have you
clean
ever
up
ran?
vomit,
You never ran a 3-minute ad.
You pass trays. You short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Did Jason just say talk about the fake? Oh god.
Think about this. Imagine every little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
I got caught with my ex.
I got caught with my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about you.
That's our
job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, you know, the doctor, et cetera,
How
or
long is this
24
video?
hours straight?
45 minutes. Okay, we're gonna get some good ass debates, huh? All right. Bet.
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Oh, that hurt my brain. Wait, what was the argument?
Helping with, you know, the doctor, et cetera, or 20 harder? 24
Our
hours.
job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, you know, the doctor, et cetera, or 24-hour stream?
Oh, I mean, she's the nurse. Oh, that hurt my brain. I mean, she's not doing the surgery. She's kind of just, you know, helping, but like that's. Oh, I hope he's just clip farming because that hurts my brain. There's no way he thinks that like streaming 24 hours is easier than. I mean, here's the thing: streaming 24 hours and keeping a consistent number and viewership and at a high rate and getting these subs and meeting these goals, fair enough. Hard. But when you've kind of blew up and you have that platform and you have that like stance to do, you're not doing a 24-hour without having the already platform to do a 24-hour. To like the thought process of a 24-hour is when you have people watching you and you know that people are going to tune in because you already had that platform and you already created that fan base. But as like a nurse, you didn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't think making that argument works here. But you know what? Let him cook.
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands. You're saving one.
That one hurt. That really hurts my brain. He's saving what? That
Alright, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yeah.
My argument is that
Is he?
you guys...
Wait, okay, I think I understand it. He's saving thousands by making them not, you know. Is that what he's saying? Like, I don't get it.
None of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
Faze team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
Go.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to.
That's a good one. Streamers create more job opportunities. I hope people realize that. Streamers are creating more job opportunities. They create, like, for people like me, I like video editing. They create more job opportunities for people who want to be into video editing. Or like camera people. They create more jobs for cameramen, camera workers, people who know technology well or have these equipment for them, like the mic setups, because they pay people to bring out the equipment and set it up. They have the equipment. You know what I mean? So streamers and content creators and all this work in YouTube and streaming, in the streaming industry, they create more jobs, more job opportunities, more everything. Like, people don't even realize that.
Say as every person in this room.
Also, it's at a certain point gets a little bit corporate. So they have a business. Their whole brand is a business. So they hire managers. They hire social media managers. They hire, you know what I mean? Like they just create a lot of job opportunities, and it's honestly beautiful to see.
Keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Why is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad. Why is she giggling? I actually feel like they're wrong.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay?
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have security.
Talk about raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is guaranteed.
When you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like...
basing the ease of a job just on some...
I want you guys to also realize something. A lot of people that are in this video arguing 9-to-5 is older generation. They don't understand the streaming world. They're not into it. And that guy said he wants to be a streamer. Well, do it. You'll see what do it.
Somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
Well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9-to-5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with, though?
This guy sucks at debating. Yes, we just talked about. You're putting out. Okay, this is me and you debating, and we're debating about who ate the last cookie. I said, I think Brandon ate the last cookie. So we're talking about Brandon eating the last cookie. Is this now, or I don't know, some stupid shit. We're talking about Brandon who ate the last cookie. Like, I bring up a topic and you're just saying, we're talking about this now. Like, but what's your argument, motherfucker? You suck at arguing.
But it doesn't make. But you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
I'm not switching anything.
You 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing.
Has he made a point? Ever?
It's like what
stuff that
difficult.
You need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone. Yeah. You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
I think that I think what Faze is doing right now is talking about how streaming is hard, especially for people who haven't made it. I think that's what their viewpoint is at. I don't think they're talking at the stance of where they're at now. But yes, keeping relevancy and keeping the content engaging at their level is still hard. But I'm saying I don't know, maybe they are talking at their viewpoint, but I think they're also talking about in the stance of also building to that point.
Okay, you watch YouTube?
So they're talking about the stance to build to the point at where they're at.
It's the same thing. So the people that you're entertained by are people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
But this is entertainment.
But
my question to you is why?
Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best example, is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
in the sense of everyday activity. Because some people around here said, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
of people.
When
you're creating that content and you have your phone, you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
coworkers
and you're not.
That's not true at all. I have an editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing any type of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your coworkers and interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
No. Let me hear me out. Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Now that guy pissed me off. I understand where he's getting at, but it's also his argument and points were just he's not it pisses me off. It kind of pisses me off because like he's essentially saying you're dealing with only yourself and making content, and it's not that hard as doing multitasking. Like yes, no, but no. Like mainly you're wrong because like brother. I don't think they watch streams. Because let me just point out, like, Hassan. I know he's controversial, but let's point out Hassan. Hassan has he multitasks quite often on his stream because he's pulling up tabs, pulling up news articles, he is being very entertaining at every minute, every second, because he's trying to keep the audience engaged in news for however long he streams. I don't even know if he streams 8 hours. I don't know what his like average stream time is, but I know he has like the most hours, so he probably streams 8 hours or more, right? So Hassan's trying to be entertaining at every minute and every second while covering news. Fucking news. I mean, yeah, news is kind of entertaining, but like to me that sounds boring as fuck. It's boring more old gen, in my opinion. Like, unless you're really political and stuff as like a new gen, but like it's just like but anyways, like, he's multitasking and he's doing a lot of other little different things, and you know, like while also like trying to keep his audience from completely turning on him and hating him for his takes. And like, if his audience leaves him for like a really horrible take, which will probably never happen, but if it does, he loses money, he loses revenue, he loses people who work for him loses jobs, he can't run the things he wants to do, you know what I mean? Like,
what's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. I know. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. We good.
All right. So you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought.
Damn.
I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that.
I did not expect her to say that. I did not get lesbian at all from her. Wow. 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 Wow.
Does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long
berated.
have you been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you.
Yeah.
You have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege?
It is.
But my mom, how's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What
take
is that?
9
That's
to
a whole
5.
different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
So that's privilege.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa.
Yeah, but she's able to have a house or like a roof over the head.
Monica and shared
It's more privileged than saying like I don't know, having to camp outside.
Trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation,
I forgot her viewpoint. I think it was like something about like the mental of streaming versus 9 to 5, like not being able to take the days off, and for streamers their quote unquote trips they take are days off. Again, I think for their viewpoint, or for the people who are working 9 to 5 in this video right now, for their viewpoint onto the Faze boys who are very big, very huge, they kind of have that platform, they kind of have the flexibility to do that. Fair enough argument, but for a lot of just, you know, like streamers who are a little smaller, just like maybe averaging like 500 to 1,000, that's not really the case. Like, they can't just take a break. They have to keep grinding. Streaming's a grind. It's a uphill battle versus staying relevant. It's like you're fighting algorithms, and you need to be entertaining. You need to get people to like, clicks, comment, everything. You need people engaged, and you need to be memorable, which is a hard thing to do. It's like social engineering, but on a very much larger scale.
what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience, and even.
Let's go back. Go back to what she just said.
Secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings.
And 9 to 5 doesn't give you the ability to have savings? I mean, I understand it. If you're doing a 9 to 5 that's not a high paying job, then I get it. But if you're doing 9 to 5 that's more corporate or more high pay, you don't have savings, you don't invest, you know what I mean? Like, I have savings as a 9 to 5 worker. I mean, I'm privileged. I am. I live with my parents, but like, yeah.
things
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on
that's
you and
not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Okay, okay, but here's the thing with the school aspect. If we're talking about the school aspect, and I'm obviously in college, getting my bachelor's right now for media and communication. If we're talking about school aspect, I am not promised the job, so their thought process of it's secure, like, no, not really. We get you can get a degree in certain stuff, but it's like certain degrees are very like good with job opportunities, and the job market's very big and grabbing everyone they can in certain degrees. But my degree is very like the job market's not the best for my degree. It's like there are a lot of people who are getting this degree. It's like it's a very competitive market, very probably nepotism kind of market, unfortunately. But in Faze's argument, where it's like they're talking about how it's secure that you will get this job or have this job or blah blah blah, it's not. But in their case as well, it's also not secure for them as much. Again, it's just another case of seeing both sides of it, constant flipping and trying to understand each other. I just remember that both sides are not completely wrong or right.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful, because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on.
But at that point in time now, also, if they just said that, like, if Rahan Joseph slurs, he would get canceled. Well, hopefully. Or hopefully his following would finally, not finally, sorry, Ron. Hopefully his following would not support him in being racist or saying slurs and just being a bad person. He would eventually lose that major income that he had, and then he would have to move out, sell a lot of other stuff that he has because he can't pay for what he bought, and then people around him lose jobs, and then their 9-to-5 gets fucked up, and then we lose a lot we lose a lot of job opportunities in that kind of sphere. So yeah, but I get his point.
On board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now.
Yeah, but here's the thing: streamers make job opportunities. That's why we shouldn't be like hating, like 9-to-5 workers shouldn't be hating on streamers, in my opinion, because streamers make more job opportunities. They create a lot of job opportunities that people don't even realize. Like, genuinely. And also, people who have 9 to 5 that complain about streamers, stream. They should honestly stream. Like, these people should spark up a fucking stream. I don't think old Nancy behind this man would do well, but you know what? I think she should stream, because I would love to see her stream. She could do a cooking stream, and guess what? She might get some viewership out of it, and hopefully she can see that maybe it's not as easy as she thought, because she's gonna pull like maybe only 25 viewers and make $1, $3, $10, and she's gonna be like, huh, I did this for 5 hours and didn't make that much money. I just think people need to realize it's very volatile. It's not steady.
They get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check
you're
it out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay.
and years
Okay.
and years and hours of
Okay.
trust
All right.
and communication
Sacrifice.
and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
Look,
that
the
you
things-
don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
Right,
You
you're right.
already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I
You were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quickscope.
I don't know if
So
that's
I had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
Yeah, all of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like
No.
Okay.
It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
No. Well, I guess you can say it, but not really.
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if it
YouTube
didn't
is for.
exist,
Okay,
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just
a,
talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I
Yeah,
also
you
had to
have a
spend
campus to
years
teach.
earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you
Video
just want to
games.
get paid
Riz.
to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
I get that one. I don't even know the fucking point he was trying to make. Again, I think it's just not understanding both sides of it. For this, the older generation will never take the side of 9 to 5 being the same kind of like hard as a streamer. I don't think streamers should say that 9 to 5 workers is or 9 to 5 working is not as hard as streaming, or at least bigger streamers. But I do think they are similar leveled. Maybe streaming is a little bit harder, or 9 to 5 is maybe a little bit harder. It really depends on what you do. But yeah.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete.
Hey, there's a lot of streamers that do physical content. They might not be more physical, but they're also doing IRL content, which actually is kind of draining and physical because they're walking around maybe like the streets of New Orleans or New York. They also do challenges. They also do other stuff, but like I'm not even going to talk about the Faze boys. Let's talk about the gym content creation side of the world. Gym creators work out, or sports creators. They make interesting football videos or whatnot. Sometimes the streams hit, sometimes the streams don't. You see, like there's a TikToker who streams on TikTok who does who works out. I don't know his daily income or anything, but I'm not gonna say he's probably making like consistent, like he's not hitting 10K a day, you know what I mean, or like, or a month, or maybe let's say he's probably not hitting $5,000 a month each time. It's probably volatile. Maybe he has a really good month, maybe he has a really bad month. But that really bad month can fuck up his next month, or the month he had right then and there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. People have they're physical. Streamers are physical. They have to do a lot of stuff.
With the physicality,
brother.
you guys
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
Is very different. Very different
I already
than
went through
having
it.
to get up
I already went
in
through
the
it.
morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you. I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
so
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your job
is,
isn't physically taxing. You're just talking into a microphone.
So bet, listen. So your whole thing. Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical.
No,
I'm saying that a 9 to 5 job where you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So physically, I
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't. No one in here can. Come on, man. None of you can.
But you can carry some
None of you
hair
can
and makeup.
physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes.
You could actually work on that video longer than 12 hours. So like in one, like, because trick shotting is actually genuinely hard. Like you can't just farm trick shots. Like it might take literally 5 hours to hit 3 trick shots, or even 1. If you like, it's a lot of luck involved. So yeah, it's genuinely kind of hard to just make a montage edit of just trick shots for like what's YouTube's minimum? Like 10 minutes, I think, for ad revenue, right? I think it's 10 minutes. Try to fill out 10 minutes of straight Call of Duty trick shots. You have to hit about fucking 20 random trick shots. And let's say you don't hit those trick shots and you put in just quick scoping. Well, you have to play a lobby where you get enough quick scopes and have enough good quick scopes, not like just boring quick scopes. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. It's hard. It's hard. And like, you can bullshit it, but then people might not be entertained because it's not a lot of trick shots. It's just quick scoping, and quick scoping's a lot easier than trick shotting, and the clicks you get is for the trick shots you do. You know what I mean? So.
Actually,
You're
yes.
taking them 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is never done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No,
all
no.
of the
Wait,
things
wait.
that you
Stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day
more-
to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and
Yeah.
hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing.
Wait, she's a hairstylist or makeup? What? How is it more dangerous? Wait, what?
You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would.
Adap's funny. Adap's so funny. But no, I actually understand his point though. Adap's actually cooking. Cause like blowing up from trick shot videos and stuff, that was genuinely probably hard to do. I don't know the minimum minutes they had, or like he had to do for his videos on YouTube to make ad revenue, because back then was different from now. But it was probably long, so he probably had to cook like for a while or play that game non-stop basically to get a full montage. So you're technically, I mean, I know he was young when he started, and he had like a lot of free time, but you're technically using all of your youth to stay inside, play this one game, and make one singular video from like maybe 12 hours of gameplay, and hoping that one singular video hits the algorithm. And he might have, you can say, got lucky, but he mastered his craft. I mean, posting it daily, understanding that he has to be consistent and he has to stick with it, understanding that it's not about the immediate, like, the immediate results. It's about like the journey and stuff. I fuck with Faze Adapt. I'm just saying. I think he's cooking with this debate.
Go as far
Okay,
as
so how many hours a day do you trick shot? How many
He doesn't trick shot anymore, but
hours a day?
how many hours a day? You probably play like 18 hours a day. Honestly, I'm not even joking, because in 5 hours you might not hit a single trick shot, and then in the next 5 hours you can maybe hit 2, but that's not enough for a video. So, and you can fake a trick shot or set up a trick shot, but that's not genuine. That's not gonna get the clicks and blah 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 blah. Or you can, I guess, clickbait it, but you know, it's just not authentic or like, you know, genuine. Your fan base isn't gonna love it. So.
Hey, do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However long I needed
12 hours
to.
a day
However long I
trick
needed.
She needs to realize that he was also, I think he said 14 or something. He was in high school when he started, so he did have a lot of free time to do it, since he, you know, didn't have a job and everything. But don't discredit him for that. Just say, like, you know, just have that, like, you know.
Needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God.
Okay. don't describe. Just say like landing a trick shot is RNG. It's like landing lotteries. Okay. Not that rare, right? But landing like a perfect hand? No. Landing a decent hand in poker each time. It's not easy to land it's RNG, right? So you have to play a lot.
Be in the right spot. Throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zones.
Stick drift.
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also.
I'm trying to think of. Let's go into the top 10 like trending. I just need to know what's trending on YouTube. She just said that's not most of YouTube. I need to go into the trending. Oh my god, where's trending? There it is. Okay, I want you guys to see this. So, the trending. Let's go into... Let's just do this. I don't even care. Baking is trending. I don't know why Japanese bakery is trending, but that is trending. This doesn't count. I'm trying to look for like creators. The simplest unsolved problem in math, that looks very taxing on the mind. This doesn't count. What is this? 10. He's not just sitting and talking. He's going out, making actual content. That deal guy, that guy's actually making real content, finding stuff. I have yet to see a video of a guy just sitting and talking. Maybe this, sure, but this is a gaming video. That is primarily what gaming is. But you have to be entertaining while doing gaming videos. You can't just sit there and play the game. You have to be entertaining. The way you talk matters. Your voice matters. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. That's not all of, that's not, gaming is not the primary thing on YouTube, in my opinion. Like, look, this is very active. He's not just sitting. This is, okay, this one's not that active. I mean, it's a podcast, though. That's what it's made for, you know what I mean? Or actually, I don't know. It's the Chicken Shop Data podcast, or like, I think it is like a 9-minute or like a short podcast, basically. It's like an interview, you know what I mean? Okay, this is scientific. It's thought-provoking, but yeah, I guess he is sitting. I don't know. Is that a podcast? I don't even know. Gaming. I don't think the majority is just sitting, though. Oh, wait. This guy's sitting. Uh-oh. But he's testing out gadgets. Mentally. Well, not mentally. Because you have to be opening stuff and doing stuff. You can't just sit. You have to test the products. I don't like her argument. This one. All I'm
Just
saying.
said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
Wait,
they're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
A crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Oh yeah, they do have to think about, like, they could be constantly harassed on the streets for just being a big streamer. Also, people always like, maybe getting too touchy or something. You know what I mean? Like, or trying to like aggravate them, provoke them to do stuff. You know what I mean? It's like they have to think about that, like celebrity factor.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
So wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
okay. Now,
What kind of shit's going on?
you go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that your
drunk,
choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's what's
do what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9-to-5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course I watch
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like, oh,
coming.
I feel good?
Some of it is
I gotta
fake.
beg it right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So
me.
now let me.
Okay, well let me answer your because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right.
Yeah.
Come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Had kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a
He's a server, so he doesn't make. But it's, I'm just correcting you, just to be a dickhead, Silky. But like,
nurse isn't hard.
but I don't think serving is as hard as streaming. Genuinely, I don't think doing like serving work is, unless you're like maybe a Michelin star restaurant. Like maybe like a really fancy restaurant where it's really strict. But
Because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so
easy.
rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
she works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect. No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't watch me because I'm black, and this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every.
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Yeah. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay. I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
do you enjoy what you do?
If I make it fun.
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
you're on his diesel.
Okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No. Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3-4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked.
I really don't like his attitude. I hate when people like look like try to like make you like sound out. They're not trying to argue. They're trying to like or not make actual like fair or like or sorry. They're not trying to actually debate. They're trying to argue. That's what it is. Thank you, God. They're not trying to have like a debate. They're trying to argue and they're trying to make you look stupid. That's what this guy is doing, and it's just like I don't like that personality.
The night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people.
Like, bro, why are you sitting like that?
I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No. He's not staying. No,
let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face.
Chops.
Cool.
So
right?
he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrabble something around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m. I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
You know what's crazy?
My mind is
9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work today.
You already did
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill himself?
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. My turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
it means
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out here! He has no social cues. Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to
Sorry,
you.
there's a bug on my stupid thing.
I'm your black auntie.
Alright. Let me see. He was trying to basically say. Oh, wait. He was trying to say serving is harder than streaming, right? As a server. Or actually, I think his argument was serving is harder because it's not fun. And his job is not fun. And that, like, 9 to 5 is harder because it's not, you're not having fun. In my counter argument, I don't think Silky made a very smart counter argument. In the counter argument for streamers, it would be essentially saying, well, that depends. Some people burn out very hard in streaming because it turns into a chase for views, a chase for money, a chase for branding, and all this other kind of stuff. Chasing viewership, chasing likes, engagement, all that. And you're constantly playing games with the algorithm. and it burns creators out because sometimes their videos don't hit. Sometimes they don't make the money, the quota they needed that month, especially for small streamers. So it burns them out, and they lose the love for streaming. They lose the happiness they had. It's not always fun for streamers. So that's the argument I would make for streamers. I would also argue that even when you have made it, even when you're maybe like one of the Faze boys, Swag plays Call of Duty. Goddamn, I don't even know how many hours of Call of Duty. I bet he's tired of Call of Duty. Also, let's say maybe Adapt or maybe Faze Rug. They played hella Call of Duty back in their day. You don't see them playing hella Call of Duty right now because it's not hitting the algorithm. So their job probably wasn't as fun as it used to be, because their job was making only basically Call of Duty videos. And then they probably burned out and realized, now we gotta change the concept. I have to get viewership from a different revenue or a different avenue. Like Minecraft YouTubers, they burn out. Minecraft YouTubers are a very good example of burnout and why it's not always fun. Because at a certain point you're repeating concepts, repeating. You can make so many Minecraft videos, but at a certain point it gets to this video doesn't hit because it's not a cooler concept than this other guy's video. God dang it. Or gosh darn it. I guess I'll make another one. Oh, it didn't hit because the other guy made another cooler video. Oh. Okay, this one hit though. But I didn't meet quota this month. Dang, how am I gonna get the money I need? Because I have to pay my editors, my manager. Oh crap. Where do I get this money? Where do I pull this from? Then they have to do other certain things, like maybe start Patreons or other work. They have to constantly keep uploading or doing other stuff because they need me quota, and now it doesn't look authentic, and the fans are going like, is he milking us for only views and money? Is he even enjoying this? And it's like, oh, they can see right through me, and it's like, fuck. And then, you get it? That's the argument I would make. It's not always fun. Streaming is not always fun. Serving is not always fun, but imagine if you're a server who likes serving. I know plenty, I know actual people that like their jobs serving. I know bartenders who love bartending. I know people who love making ice creams. I know people who love... I don't know. Actually, I don't know anyone who loves doing garbage. But sometimes you just gotta make ends meet. Make ends meet. And sometimes you gotta do things you don't like. And streamers do things they don't like not all the time, but sometimes. Just see it from both sides. That's all I'm saying. It's always put your feet in their shoes and think about it. Really think about it. Don't just immediately I have millions of views and be like, oh, I'm fine. Oh, well, I have millions of views and blah 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 blah. It's easy. I can just post this and I'll make millions. No, it's not like that. No. Put your shoes in a smaller streamer. I think it sucks that they're debating against I think it sucks for the Faze boys that they're already they've kind of made it, and they have that platform and fan base that will kind of always support them. So their arguments kind of sound tone deaf, and they don't sound as like as fair as a like maybe a 50 viewer streamer, or like a 500 even, or even 1,000 to 2,000k streamer, you know? Like I just think it sucks for them because they have such a massive following, because they're not gonna understand it from their, like, they're not gonna put their feet in their shoes, and they're stuck in their ways, I think.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
The 9-to-5 workers are stuck in the ways, not the face, but I think they're a little. They need to also see it in their eyes. I think they do. I think they have both viewpoints, but I think they're trying to make the argument still.
People, it's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said
I'm an introvert. I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
And that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
How?
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Oh god, jeez. Oh, I can't wait for Jason's debate. Oh boy, Jason's debate is gonna be. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Dreaming is so much harder.
I just want to point out, look at the girl in the back in the blue and white stripe. Look how disgusted she is. She don't want to be here. She not celebrating. She genuinely don't want to be here, bro.
Harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have
Kobe,
a
thank you for the
public
likes on the live
relationship
stream.
because of
Much love,
the
much
public
love.
eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Streaming affects relationships is his argument. Fair enough.
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
She's complete. By the way, that girl, this person pisses me off because I can tell she's completely stuck in her mindset. Which is fair, you can have your own opinion, but it's just like not putting your, like, God, I don't understand like the older generation's not like inability to put their shoes or their feet in the like shoes of a new generation. This is a new generation. 9 to 5 is now becoming like 9 to 5 streamers. It's blending. Content creation is work. Yes, it is work. And people are gonna be like, well, that's not a real job. How?
And
How
my
is it not?
question, if you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Because you love it. Also, if you think your wait, isn't it the same way? If you think your job is harder, why are you doing it? You know what? I don't like, right? Right? Because if you think your job is harder, then why are you doing it? Well, if you think your job is harder, then why are you doing it? If you think streaming's easier, then why aren't you streaming? That's what I don't get about like the 9 to 5 workers complaining about streamers. It doesn't make sense, because if you believe that your job's harder, then stream. Make the content. Do everything they're doing and try to be at this viewership and peak scale that they're at.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost
with
the
streaming.
It's the same as picking your career over your girlfriend at the time. He was also young. I don't even think he's 20. I think he's just turned 21. So it's like he never went to I don't know if he went to, did he go to college? I forget. He probably didn't go to college. So it's like that. It's like picking, like if you have a hometown girlfriend, right? High school sweetheart. You're not gonna say, I'm staying for my high school. Okay, some people do. But you're not always gonna say, I'm staying for my high school sweetheart and going to a different college just to be with her and not picking your dream college. Like, you have a dream college that you landed, but your girl didn't land that college. Your girl landed a different college. It's a worse college, and the major that you love, the job that you want, in her college, it kind of sucks. It's not the specialized, it's not specialized over there. But the dream college specializes in that, and most people that go in that dream college come out working for that specialized degree or whatever job field you go into, like being a doctor. Like John Hopkins, a lot of doctors and nurses go there, right? So you're a nurse, you want to go to John Hopkins, but your girl didn't land it, but she landed Delaware, the University of Delaware, and Delaware doesn't have a great turnout. Like, I don't know if they do, but let's say they don't have a great turnout on nurses or doctors. Now what do you pick? Your career, your future, or just a girl? That's what he did. Streaming affects relationships. So does 9 to 5. You can't argue. You know what I mean?
Human touch. But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human touch.
If I was flipping burgers, I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch.
If you were flipping burgers, you could have one might say you had the girl because you had the job that you had, but fair enough.
The streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on.
I don't think a girl would date a burger flipper, but you know what? I think you should have picked a better example of a 9 to 5.
Thousands on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe one, two, three.
Okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is,
that's my point. That's my point.
Streaming is harder
Was
than 9
that
to 5. That's the point.
you get?
Wasn't it your choice to do a 9 to 5? Like, at the end of the day, it's your choice to do a 9 to 5. If you don't want to do the 9 to 5, don't do it. But guess what? You don't make money. It's his choice to do a streaming job. And guess what? If he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't make money. You have to do it. And guess what? He chose streaming as a have to do it to make money. You chose a 9 to 5 job that you don't like. It seems like. If you don't like it, find a different 9 to 5. You chose a job that you didn't like because you were quote unquote forced to. Fair enough, right? Because like sometimes you don't have the given ability to go into a different field, which I don't ever truly believe. Because I think at a young age you should be able to have that flexibility, because I think you have a lot of avenues to go into, but you didn't choose that. Didn't seem like you chose your 9 to 5 that you seem to hate, and now you're saying it's much harder because you don't like your job, and he does, maybe. Then quit your job and do his quote unquote easy job. If you think there's jobs that's easier than yours and there's jobs that you like more, go into it. What is stopping you from chasing that dream? Just you. And I get it. You're now not secure, right? The money that you're getting from your 9 to 5 vanishes for a while because you are now back in the searching for a job and stuff. But what is stopping you from working even harder, keeping the 9 to 5 for the time being when you're chasing another dream? You have time. It's 9 to 5. What are you doing in the rest of the day? Eating, working out, I don't know, fun, watching, having fun. What do you, like what? Having fun? What are you doing on the rest of the day? Work on your second dream. Keep working. If you, like, make it happen. I don't get it. I really don't.
Gave up your girlfriend for streaming. Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
He
bag.
did it for a
bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
love? Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa?
Lala Costa. Who named Lala Costa? That's an interesting name.
Yes.
Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent of people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5, that you
lowest, I'm trying to see lowest average lawyer salary. Attorney is a lawyer, right? They have an average hourly rate of 168. Nah, it can't be. That can't be right. Juvenile attorneys in Maryland have reported an average hourly rate of $168. Lowest paid, by the way. I looked up. Here, let me share it. Look at this. Minimum amount of an attorney makes. I live in Maryland, so I'll keep that in mind. In Maryland, and the continent was 73,000 in a year. What that's in a so, hold on, I have to hide screen. $73K. So that's 73K is $35 an hour. God. I should complain about her 9 to 5. Damn, I would love that 9 to 5. Oh my god. I mean, I should have been an attorney, huh? I should have became a fucking attorney. Look at this shit. Assuming a standard 40-hour work week. Fair enough. Fair enough. A standard 40-hour work week, by the way. Assuming. Maybe a little less. Maybe she's not working that much. But 73K. Let's report like the lowest apparently. 72K. 64, like these numbers aren't low. 30K is the lowest, which Like, you're just starting, fair enough, right? But that's still more than, like, I think minimum, right? What's 30K a year? $14. Oh, that is minimum. Wait, you can make minimum wage as a corporate lawyer? I didn't even know that. Wait, what? You can make minimum wage as a corporate lawyer? I thought they always had like a 20 at least. I thought the minimum of a lawyer would be like at least 20 an hour. Also, I thought it would be through contracts and not hourly pay. But I guess that makes sense. Anyways.
Could create yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever you want.
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5. You would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because.
Wait, what?
Could opportunity.
Fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5, that you could create yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever you want.
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5. You would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
No way. That can't be true. He doesn't enjoy streaming? That is... Wait, so he... that has to be a cap. That has to be cap because like if he doesn't enjoy streaming, he essentially broke up with that girl for no reason. That's gotta be a cap. There's no way he doesn't enjoy streaming. He has to enjoy some of it at least. There's no way he doesn't enjoy any of it.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
all the time.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm saying if thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
If I could create any 9 to 5 job of my choosing, and I can make a base salary of above minimum wage, like let's say the salary was 25 an hour, I would take it in a heartbeat and not even pursue streaming. I would take that 25 an hour in a heartbeat. And it's in any 9 to 5 career field I want, yes. If it's in video editing, a 9 to 5 video editing job, or I'm editing movies or anything like that, and it's 25 an hour, or maybe more. I don't know how much they get paid as a movie editor. I think maybe sometimes like 30 or even higher if you're really good, right? But if you gave me that opportunity, I would take it immediately. I wouldn't even pursue streaming. If you said don't pursue content creation, don't pursue streaming, don't pursue what I'm passionate about, I would take that immediately. Because it's just a lot of money. And it's secure and guaranteed. So yes, I would take a 9 to 5 job that I get to choose and make up. That was a terrible argument in my opinion. Because if you don't choose... Also, people don't realize 9 to 5s don't mean just minimum wage. Did you not realize that? Minimum wages have it harder. Than some streamers. And it depends on the job. But yeah, I say minimum wages, or wage workers, have it harder than streamers, or most big streamers. Smaller streamers, I think they actually have it better. But
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model. But
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people like you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual
So you were sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really.
Ooh, I'm about to. If you think gaming is not like a talent, motherfucker. Being at a high level, playing a certain game is a talent. Sorry, camera. Being a high level or highly skilled at a game is a talent. I'm sorry to break it to you. It's also a sport. We have esports that pay a lot of money for these good players. It's a talent. Not everybody can do it. If everybody could do it, we wouldn't be playing, or I don't know how. If everybody could do it, what would I say? What I'm trying to say. If everybody could do it, we wouldn't see the skill gap, I guess. I don't even know what I was about to say, but I lost. I was cooking. I lost it. That didn't look great. Maybe maybe I am stupid. Maybe all the arguments I've made don't really matter. Because at the end of the day, 9 to 5s always be harder. Shut the fuck up.
Thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss all of his hard work and all of his talent?
Is he the best?
I got four.
No,
last year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
that's not luck. That's pure skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a talent. They have a talent.
They had a
but
team.
it's-
So what
you
do
know
you
how many-
lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No, they
have
were
a-
dismissing.
Who just said
Is
yes?
Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Oh my god, these old people who have lost it. They are willing to be with I almost said it. They are willing to be stupid to keep their point. What do you mean? LeBron, Michael Jordan got lucky? No, they didn't. LeBron literally grew up in broke Ohio. I don't know. Cleveland, Ohio? A really bad part of Akron, Ohio? It wasn't even Akron, right? He grew up in Akron. And it wasn't a beautiful part of Akron. With a single mother, yes. With one mother. probably not in the most beautiful mansion that he has now. It's just a house or an apartment. I don't even know if he had a house. That's luck. Fighting out of all odds, getting through, going to high school and being the best player ever, and then going to the NBA and then becoming the best player ever. That's luck. Or even Michael Jordan, who also didn't grow up rich or anything like that. That's luck. There was no nepotism for Michael Jordan or LeBron James. They come from families that didn't have everything in the world. They grew up playing a sport they loved. Michael Jordan didn't even play basketball. I think he played baseball first, and then played basketball, and then, you know what I mean? Like LeBron didn't even play basketball first. I think he went into football, then played basketball, and then, you know what I mean? Like, they mastered their craft and became the best at it. If everybody was, like, if it was lucky, then someone else could have done it. But no, it's not luck. Gaming's not just luck. Fuck out of my face. Never say they're lucky. Never say that gamers don't have talent. They do have talent. A perfect example. Do you think chess players are talented or not? Are they talented or are they lucky? Do they if you play Magnus Carlsen and he beats you 100 times over and over and over and over and over, is he just lucky? No, he mastered his craft. He's talented. He's smart. He's thinking way faster, way harder than you. He's doing moves that make you look stupid.
Lucky.
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No, they
have a
worked.
talent. They have
They
a
worked.
talent.
They had a
but
talent. So what
you
he
know how
did-
many talented people out there and don't get the chance? They don't get the shot at it?
I don't.
That's not. That's not even an argument. Because it's the same thing for both sides. You know how lucky some video editors are for getting the job they have? Like movie video editors. You know how lucky some of them are? Some of them aren't even the best. They got in because of their dad. They're lucky. They got a 9-to-5 job because they got in because of their dad. They didn't have the best skill, and then there's a amazing editor that's working his ass off, making these videos, making random shorts or anything to get views, but he doesn't hit the algorithm, and no one sees it. And he's trying to get his work out, but no one's looking at it. And he's unlucky. Same goddamn concept over in the streaming world. Same goddamn if you had that thought, everybody's lucky, man. Think about it. Everyone's lucky. Everyone who's made it is lucky. If you really think about it. Because it's hard. You're the 1% that made it. Good for you. But there's 9-to-5 workers that are lucky. Yeah. Believe it or not. Yeah.
I want to take up his time, so he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said. You just
No.
said
what he did.
I said a lot of people
You did just say that.
are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA. But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. You know, there was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why are they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 of those I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
They work harder, they want it better, they do it more, they are consistent, and they don't quit. That's exactly what you need. He mastered it. Good job, Sway. You worked the job, you went to college. I like Sway. I fuck with him. Because I think he understands it. And I also think these guys need to really try streaming. And get to where they're at to understand their viewpoint. Because they're never going to understand this viewpoint. Because they don't care to try. To believe in themselves and really put into effort into this. They're always going to be like, I have to go to my 9 to 5 that I don't like. I think streaming's easier. They have it so lucky. If streaming was so easy, then why didn't you do it? If streaming was so easy, then how are you not as big as them? If streaming was so easy, why are you not making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it? Oh my god, wait. Streaming's not that easy. Getting a fan base attached to you is not that easy. Wow. Fuck. Hell.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again,
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way.
He's
But
correct. See? I like Swag.
specifically, pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general. And there's so many people that are very talented never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck.
What was her job? Because then, can I ask you this? For her, was it pure luck that you landed your position? Or did you work for it? Or actually, the person behind you who's a nurse, was it just pure luck that she landed her position? No, she worked for it. She worked for it. She went to college, she worked for it, she tried, applied for many, probably hospitals. She did nursing for years because nursing takes a bit. She worked for it. Then she got her job. And she's doing it. She finally got her job. Is that lucky? Do you call her getting her job lucky? You know? And maybe she's not at the top of her job. And she's not making that much. But she got her job and she's making money more than someone else can say. Like some other nurse who's talented but didn't land her job yet. Or his job. So they're unlucky because or let's say she took someone's job, right? The hospital that she's working at wanted to hire a nurse, but they only had room for one more nurse. She took another person's job. Now, is she more lucky? Yes. So 9 to 5 workers are as lucky as a motherfucking streamer. Some of them, not all of them. But again, some streamers are luckier than others. And I don't get it.
I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a.
See what I mean? She's stuck in her way. She's the dumbest person I've seen in this video yet. She's laughing about things that doesn't even make sense to laugh about. She can't like actually grasp the fact that streaming is hard. And that her 9 to 5 is not as hard as a streaming. You serve food to the kids. Put the mashed potato on the tray, buddy. Shout out to cafeteria ladies. They're usually nice. They are. You? Ooh, I would hate you. You're probably the narc that says, oh, a little less potato. Nope. No, honey. No. No. You have to pay for that snack. No. You're holding up the line. Hurry up. You're probably that kind of person. Just annoying. I don't like you. I don't know you. And I'm sorry. But your personality in this video, the personality that you showed shows that you can't open your mind. Not even a little bit. Makes me annoyed. Because your generation fucked our generation. Through being closed-minded. Thanks.
Talent. Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though,
what's the privilege? Making having to work hard as shit to even get to the point to make money on a video game? That's the privilege?
You couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger. Dude.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. The bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you don't.
I'm gonna.
I don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
I can't argue that because
y'all could never play FNCS either. It's the same shit.
I gotta keep it a buck. There's a disconnect. You come from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different.
You're old as fuck and you have a closed mind that you think your generation is better, your generation works harder, that your generation had more grit, your generation, you know what I mean? Like it's everything is accounted to your generation is what your belief system is, but it's not. Your generation fucked us. And a lot of your generation voted for the person that's in charge of the US right now. Then a lot of people now have realized, oh shit. Ooh, we shouldn't have voted that. Oh, but who was the voters for that? Oh, fuck. It's the stuck. It's like the people that are just stuck in mind. That have yet to open their eyes. Like if you don't like your job and you think it's harder and like why don't you go through the easy bullshit? Obviously you think there's an easier road. Drive it. Ride it. Fucking ride the roller coaster, mate. Go. Do it. You're being dumb. You're being dumb for no reason, and you're laughing at certain situations to make them look dumb, and you're like what? You're being dumb. And to the people that look younger, they should understand. They should. She said she did content creation. She obviously didn't make it. You should know. You didn't make it. It seems like. So you should know. Maybe you did. And you still have the thought that 9 to 5 work is harder. Fair enough. At least you have both sides of the situation. But it doesn't seem like you have the idea of it.
Generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
And it's fun, but it's like, again,
okay.
it's
Oh, you gotta
fun.
fight back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
Younger.
I'm Ronnie.
I think she's younger.
Ronnie, nice to
This
meet you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking it back to. That's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
Same-
No. Actually, let me look at a person who's fallen off and honestly completely train wrecked. Who was that Minecraft YouTuber that just got arrested or some shit? Or got in trouble with the cops who were sleeping on the street? He was a big Minecraft YouTuber too. If you guys know, leave it in the comments on the YouTube video. I don't remember actually. But let's look up this guy. I don't even think he makes videos anymore. I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh, he does. Oh wow. Never mind. I didn't know he did. Let me see. Wow. My bad. My bad. Maybe she's right. Seems like he stabilized himself after the controversy. Fair enough. There's certain streamers that got canceled that can never come back. Oh! I think like Take Two Smooth situation, he was a small streamer who got canceled. I don't think he can do streaming. So that's one way, like, you have to be, you know? Like, to pursue streaming for him is probably gonna be rough. I don't know. Maybe he'll average good viewership, but it's probably gonna be rough because he already had a small viewership, and then he had that, and which was associated with the person he like kind of backstabbed. So his viewership see him as like a dirtbag. The small viewership that he had. So like, you know what I mean?
You can do it if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like,
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know, but if you lose a job, you
just get another one?
No, you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview.
Hey, that goes back to the luck thing, by the way. You've been searching for a job for 10 months. Someone just said that that it was luck that they got into streaming, or that they were big in streaming. It's luck that they even have a job. It's, you know, she's unlucky for not having a job.
Every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I
resume.
uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No,
I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling.
9-to-5 jobs don't always require you to do the best job. They just need you to do the fucking job. I make ice creams. I like that have the recipe immediately. Like it's not. I literally make ice creams, and I just literally put the cream in a machine and let it make it for me. I put some ingredients in a bin, mix it in with the cream, and then put it in the machine to make the ice cream. It's very simple, very easy. I literally watch movies, shows, Twitch, TikToks while I do it. I can literally do whatever the fuck I want when I'm doing the job. Legitimately.
And you weren't good at your
He's
job.
waiting for. When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
9 to
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
But people millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not?
It's like they don't even understand that, like,
a talent. Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart, that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do.
oh, so she doesn't even play games. Oh, sure, she doesn't even, like, she sucks.
This combo, I do this.
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
They have their opposable thumbs like so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah, that's
like what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just
I hope.
dismissing.
I would love to see her try to do a tournament. Put her in a Fortnite tournament with Peterbot. She'll realize what a gift is. Peterbot is gifted at Fortnite. He's genuinely so good. Faker's gifted at League. I don't know how LCS is, or not LCS, but like, you know, the tournament's going. But but he's gifted at League. Who else is a gifted player? Simple was gifted at, or still was, I think that he lost today, but was gifted in CSGO. Like, I mean, come on.
I'm not dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill, it's not a talent.
I said it's a skill. I didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can hone and
how do you
can
know?
master.
How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played.
I want her to face the best Mario Kart player ever. I genuinely want her to face a really good Mario Kart player, because there are actually, I think there's genuinely speedrunners. I want her to play a speedrunner. She could never do that. Fuck no, she sucks.
Other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level, because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder? How do you know?
What does it take to be on that level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah. What does it take to be on that level?
Lot of fucking grinding. Lots of fucking grinding.
And you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work and editing and filming and constant.
Well, we're talking about like the talent of it, not the creation. But
I'm just talking about pure skill. As far as like the videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to put tens of thousands of hours.
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do you know how to
different
short launch
terms
pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No,
launch
I
pad?
don't. But if I
Exactly,
want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, we could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
throw-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
terms.
refreshes
As a
don't come to you.
babysitter, I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
Babysitting? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, we've gotten to a point where we're just like saying stuff that just they don't even realize they sound like, oh my god. What, you changed a person's diaper? Okay, so maybe we don't know how to change a diaper, but guess what? I can YouTube that. You can't YouTube how to fucking be the best League player ever. They'll give you tutorials on how to jungle, but guess what? You're gonna learn the basics of jungling and be like, or in league, you're gonna learn the basics of jungling. Go like, huh? What the fuck do I build? Oh wait, there's situational builds. Oh wait, so if there's situational builds, how do I counter build? Okay, u.gg. People keep saying u.gg sucks. Oh, I guess I have to be more creative. I have to use my own builds. Wait, what about runes? Oh, there's certain runes that I can put that counter my laner. What runes do I put? I'll look up a video for that. Oh my god, there's a lot of theory videos. Oh crap, which video is good? Maybe I should get a coach. Okay, my coach says this. Okay, good. Now you're spending money on this game. Now you're practicing it. How do I fund this game? Because I'm like practicing it to make it. I guess I'll work a 9 to 5. Working this 9 to 5. Now I'm practicing this game as well. I have my coach. I'm getting better. Okay, I finally get to a point where I'm decent at it. Now how do I play at a competitive level and make money? I need to get orgs interested in me. How do I do that? Post my clips. Oh, I'm gonna post my clips. My clips are getting 500 views only. 200. It's stuck on 200 views. I don't get it. What's I'm posting like 10 clips a day. Now you look up how to change the algorithm. Okay, now you're putting more work into something. Okay, but you're putting more work into thinking that you're trying to be better at than your 9 to 5. That you're just, it's a side job to make money for your job that you want. Right? You're working harder for the job you want by working a job that you don't want. Now you're working. You're understanding the game. You're getting better. Your views are steadily getting better. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm really good at this game. I'm getting really good. It took me like 2 years to even like learn this one lane. Now they're telling me I have to be more flexible. These orgs don't want me to be just a one-trick pony. Oh god. Okay, I need to get better at everything. I gotta master it all. Okay, how do I master it all? Okay, so you play a different lane, you play another lane, you play a different lane, you play different champions. You have a wide range of champions in your one lane that you mastered, and then the org is maybe interested in you, but they don't want to put you on the main roster because they already have a main roster. Their main roster is good. They want to keep the chemistry. Okay, so I have to go to tier 2. Tier 2 doesn't make that much money. I guess I still should work my job, and the streaming hasn't really kicked in yet, and my videos aren't making that much revenue. Yeah, I guess I still have to work my 9 to 5. Okay, I'm working my 9 to 5, and practicing the game with my team. Tier 2, we keep playing. My team didn't do that good. We didn't win. Another team won. They went to Ascension or whatever bullshit league has. Gosh darn it, we didn't win the prize pool. My team just dropped me. I'm a free agent. I didn't play good enough to stay on that org. Crap. What do? Work my 9 to 5 and keep pushing. Keep pushing to get better. I mean, you keep pushing, and you eventually land on a different team. That team pays you a little bit more. Your content finally grows a little bit more. Your stream is at an average of 500, but now you're in year 5. Took you 5 years. You're still living with your parents. You're not a free person. You're making ends meet, but you're at least doing something you love and you're trying. You understand where I'm going? Like, you understand where I'm getting at? It's a grind. And now you're at like 5 years. Almost the same years as you need to be like a nurse or a doctor, right? I think it's like 6 years to be, maybe even more because you have to go into like medical. I forget, but right. So now, 5 years in, and you're still not making that much money. You didn't blow up. You're not the 1% that blew up and got 100K viewership. No. But you're making ends meet and you're getting enough income to maybe now split off and live on your own. Okay, good. Now I'm living on my own, but now I have to meet quota, meet rent, and make sure I meet all this, because now I don't have the privilege of living with my parents. Right? And at any time that you don't work, you're losing viewership, or at any time you don't stream, you're losing interest in you're losing relevancy, and you're already a small creator, so you need as much relevancy and content as possible. How do I fund content if I'm only playing a pro game, like playing a game that not everybody's interested in? Oh crap, maybe I should get do something I don't really fuck with, but at least it's content. Now it's becoming a game of chasing views, chasing the money, chasing what you need to make ends meet. The game has become unfun. Huh. I didn't become the best because Faker just kept beating my team. Or I didn't become the best because I couldn't get out of Tier 2 Valorant. Or Tier 2 League. But I was really good. And I was really good at ranked. And I got a lot of viewership, or not a lot of viewership, but like a decent amount of viewership from it. But I didn't, like, I fallen out of love for the game because I can't keep playing the game. Now I have to do something I don't love. Like, that's where streaming's hard. Gaming's not easy. If I could have done it, I would have. I couldn't. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't. It's talent. It's a gift. People who are amazing at chess, it's a gift. It's a talent. People who are amazing at chess have a gift of pattern recognition. People who are good at Fortnite have a gift of ADHD. They can multitask like crazy with their hands and their thought process. People who are good at Valorant have really good hand-eye coordination. They can aim. They can move. People who are good at Mario Kart know the lines. It's also pattern recognition. It's like, realize this gaming's not just a simple thing. There's so many layers to it. And the old generation will never understand that. And that's fine. But you gotta open your eyes.
If us four took 3 days
You don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh.
But let me give you, if I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
If I wanted to, I would.
So let's get
They don't see that's they don't even like see that's being see that's what I'm saying. They don't understand it. They don't understand it.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is. Give you 3 days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how the job works. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work.
Oh. I didn't know they were gonna do the segment. My bad, people. Wait, I was making a really big fuss out of nothing. My bad.
And you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. And technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. Yeah. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like...
Hey, my bad. Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to hate. I thought they were all stuck in their ways. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad. Y'all generation didn't ruin us. It was the generation before you guys that ruined us. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. Love y'all. My bad. I didn't realize they were. I didn't realize they could change their opinion. Didn't realize that we were letting them change their opinion. I thought they were all people that completely believed in their debate. My bad.
And that's what I think.
So my mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Oh no, fuck you. My bad. W video. YouTube. If you like that video, like and subscribe. If you leave your thoughts on the streamer versus 9-5, I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know if I sound dumb as fuck. I'm down to debate.